I know this because y'all gonna think I'm being just disrespectful to us, man. Because guys, I mean, it doesn't fit the narrative of racism, white supremacy. You guys see, you need racism, white supremacy. Otherwise, your mediocrity would be exposed out in the open and everybody would see it. Everybody would see that you didn't do what the fuck you were supposed to do. So you gotta have white supremacy in the mix. If it's not there, now is it real? Yeah. I mean, I'm not a fool, guys. I see this shit all the time. I know that it's a real entity, force in America. I'm not saying it isn't. All I'm saying is let's not make this shit easy. That's all.
Right. You actually that's inspired me, man, to up my hours back. You know, I usually come back, but you know that 2 hours a day, man. Even for people that are like, because this guy graduated Harvard Medical School studying 5 hours a day in Harvard Medical School. And you might think that that's not a lot, but that's like even medical students, 4 to 5 hours a day.
I mean, these kids, it's so easy.
They should
be now it boils down to work ethic. And that's the thing. I mean, one gentleman just said they tore down Black Wall Street. Shout out to Johnny on the track. That brother made a good point. He was like, they rebuilt it, which they did. They rebuilt Black Wall Street. We've been told so many times, Black Wall Street, Black Wall Street, Black Wall Street. We forget when, of course, there were a myriad of Black Wall Streets all over the nation. It wasn't just Tulsa. They did that all the time. I'm from Montgomery. My grandfather said he remembers when they went and tried to burn down all the black businesses in Montgomery. I just couldn't put 2 and 2 together that was the red summer of 1919 until I saw the map. And then it dawned on me. Wait a minute. That's my granddad told my dad. My dad told me that. My dad used to say that. I didn't know that my granddad didn't call it the red summer. He just said white people came on the black side of town and tried to burn all the businesses down one time. You know what I'm saying? That's different. We're not facing that, black people. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and face it. We're not facing that. I haven't seen. When was the last time we seen a Black Wall Street? We haven't. You know what I'm saying? Look at Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry doing what he doing now and talking like he talking. White folks back 50, 60 years ago would have took some torches and went burn all that shit down and probably hung his ass. That's why we owe reparations. I'm always going to say that. But today we don't have those excuses. And Tyler Perry, I was listening to the brother. He said, if I can inspire one person that hits my campus or my studio to go build their own thing, then my job is done. You see what I'm saying? So right now we need more black excellence, guys. That's what we push. That's why I push this video. That's what I tell my students. That's what I tell everybody. We need more black excellence. We don't need black mediocrity. Mediocrity has been the order of the day for the black community. And we don't know it, but it has. You see what I'm saying?
Let's talk to these black men today, man, because a lot of black men, you know, I have a shout out to my brother out there, Grown Man Business out there, because, you know, it's the manosphere. And we got mostly men, because a lot of black men want to always say, the white man won't let me get into this. The white man won't let me get into that. They holding me back. You know, you kind of hear brothers always that, you know, black women don't make as many excuses. I mean, obviously we know that there is evidence to show that the system favors them in a lot of things. But the black man always seems like, that the white man won't let him. There's a ceiling that he can reach. What can we do to talk to our? Because you're a successful black man. You in Atlanta, one of the more progressive black cities in the world. What can we do to talk to black men, and specifically that they have not even reached, half of their potential? They have so much more they can reach. How can we tell these brothers this?
People that tell us white supremacy. I don't care what you say. If you keep telling me that the white man is God, because that's sometimes, guys, that's what it turns into. It turns into the white man is omnipresent. The white man is omnipotent. The white man is omniscient. He's all knowing, all powerful, all everywhere at the same time. So what you're telling me is no matter what I do, I can't win. When you tell me that, why even try? Why would I even try? I've met people, black people, a lot of us, those people, we listen to brothers like this that made this comment right here. We listen to them. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. What I'm not saying is that, because this is the thing. When you go on the University of Harvard, you go to Harvard University, you go to Yale, it ain't no of those people there. It's barely. I mean, you look. The one brother just said 77% of black doctors in America are Nigerian.
Yeah,
we make up most of the population now. So it's not like okay, well they got their best and brightest coming over here, and our best and brightest is getting in there competing with them, and they on the same level. No, our best and brightest ain't even in there. They don't go there. Not that we don't have some. I'm sure we do.
Yeah, we do.
You see what I'm saying? But it's far and few between. And I think to sit and say that we have instead of focusing on the culture and how we whatever you want to call it, don't start with we don't have a culture shit. Don't start that shit. I'm just saying whatever you want to call the habits of the people that are the descendants of slaves in America, whatever you want to call them, we need to change it.
Right.
And I think we need to keep a accurate light. I think what I'm saying, guys, and what I'm challenging people to do is be accurate.
Yeah.
With what they call white supremacy and what they call outright what is the outpouring of apathy and laziness.
Right.
Because that's real. I know you don't like that word, but that's exactly lasciviousness, lack of self-control, whatever you want to call it.
And guys, I mean, I have a lot of friends who are, African immigrants that are very smart that are, but that's not the point. The point is this. We're not talking about African immigrants and their best and brightest. What we're talking about is what are they doing that we are not doing? Because see, we're not saying that these people are brighter than people in America. These people are doing something that our people are not doing. And again, thank you, One Titans, for the super chat. And I make this point in other arguments, but that's not the argument tonight. The argument is, why are we not studying 2 hours a day and they are? That's the reason why they are beating us. Okay, that's the point. And again, that's an excuse to, excuse black failures. Come on, guys, listen. We know that you have African immigrants that come over here that are doing well, right? And what we as a group of people should be doing is, because actually the Nigerians are even more successful than Asians, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So the point is this: if they can get it, for whatever reason it is, we know that people are bright or hard, but then a lot of Africans come to America. They're not rich when they get here, but they come here. Obviously, they're college educated. They have a higher work ethic, and they study longer. They study harder. So the point is, we need to change something in our culture so that we can do the same things that people are doing that are successful. Let's just remove race, if that offends you. We're talking about successful people. It could be white, it could be whatever. Do you have the ability to study 2 to 4 to 5 to 6 hours a night? Yes or no? And if the answer is yes, then why are you not doing it? That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about anything. You know what? It's the real conversation. And it hurts, don't it? It hurts. It hurts. So, but we got to deal with what the brother is actually saying and not use excuses. It hurts me too. But what is he talking about? That's what we are saying. A lot of you guys can't take this because it's smacking the fucking face. But he's right. There's nobody right now that can have a better argument than what the guy is saying. That's the truth. Anybody can beat that? You can't. It's the truth.
Let me pre-qualify myself, guys. I run a school. I help brothers get on in the industry. I'm out here trying to help people. So it's not that I don't think we can do it. We can do it. I'll take somebody, train them in 3 months. They'll be making $45 an hour. It's not, you know what I'm saying, something that's a good point, Sonny Robinson. It's not that I feel like it's something that we can't, we don't see. Like it's white supremacy. Yeah, their best and brightest is coming over here. We got a problem when people at Cornell got to march and protest because no ADO students are on the campus. That's a problem. Why aren't we on the campus? Why aren't we getting, you could just about guarantee if you see a black kid and he's getting some sort of academic accolades, ask him where his folks from. I was talking to Maurice. You know Maurice O'Shea?
Yeah, of course.
Maurice, I was talking to that brother, real smart, intelligent. He's half ADOS and half Haitian. I mean, I'm sorry. And as I said, I could tell. That really is, it really speaks to, rarely are you going to see most of the time people that both parents are descendants of ADOS and they get out here and they own it like that, like a Robert F. Smith. Why did the Japanese do what they did? You know what I'm saying? That's all I was trying to say. It's turned into me and my homeboy got in a big heated discussion about it. You know, we cool, we talked after that, but even still, we got in a heated discussion because he wanted to say that the only reason that the Japanese became who they were was just because of the trade and because the International Bank and the World Bank does this and does that. I said, bro, before they even got into that, and they was in World War II, back when they had under 35 years after riding on horses in samurai swords, they were literally defeating the Russians. That speaks to that's like a quantum leap. So all I was saying was, hey, let's just adopt certain things about these people and say, well, what you want me to do? Sell out my soul? See, when the Japanese started opening up their borders and letting foreigners in, there were people in the South, the shoguns, that were bitter and angry about it, right? So they started going back and forth. There was a war going on within Japan. And so what happened, they went to war, and the emperor, Meiji, whatever, told them, look, stay out of it. We got it. But see, the Japanese that wanted to be modernized had guns and weapons, right? And they were trained soldiers. They were going up against the samurai. Samurai, a lot of them was just with swords and horses. Well, you know how that went, And so those guys got defeated, and that's how eventually they had a unified Japan. And so in our community, we have a war going on as well, because you have modernization, and I ain't gonna say modernization, but you have certain people that push this stuff, like what I'm trying to say, and you have people that come with the excuse of white supremacy and racism is the only reason you are where you are. Not because your ass put 30 minutes or 25 minutes a night in your homework, and the white boy put in an hour.
Right.
That's not good. You know what I'm saying? If we playing basketball, you might can get away with that shit. Because we'll dominate genetically. We can get on the field. We put 30 minutes a day in dribbling the basketball. We're going to run circles around everybody. Natural talent. You can't do that shit with your mind. No. You cannot do that. Black people are great. We built the pyramids, whatever. But if somebody putting in 3 hours a day and you putting in 25 minutes, they going to beat you. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was going to say this, man. Even in Africa, and you've been in Africa too, but in Uganda, like the majority of the country is Ugandan, and the small percentage of people who run a lot of stuff are Indian people. And Indian people, for the most part, and you guys know, the Indian people have the same DNA everywhere that they go. They do very good business. They're very good merchants. They're very pride, and they're very good at tech and math. That's Indians almost everywhere you see them at. Everywhere Indians are at. I remember it's true story. Idi Amin kicked all the Indians out of London. Out of Uganda in like 1974, 73. They left with nothing. They didn't have anything. So they had UK passports. They took them, a lot of them, to Leeds, UK. Within 5 to 10 years, they was in Leeds dominating again. From nothing. You understand that?
Yep.
All they had was this up here. They lost it all.
You know what? This is where somebody would come in and say, no, my brother, see what you don't understand. India wrote them a check. And that's why they can buy. They put a call into the Indian embassy, and they wrote them $100,000 check. See, that's what you don't. Now, I've talked to Indians. I talked to a lot of them. A lot of people from these foreign countries ain't getting no checks from nobody. No, they're just very frugal, and they budget their money. They save. Next thing you know, you look up. It seemed like it was nothing but 6 months. They has been here 4 years, living 5 or 6 of them to a house, and not look.
Yeah. No, that's true. So, and that definitely is a story that happened in the UK, man. The Indians went from nothing to everything, and almost like, obviously, they had to have help with some housing and stuff like that, but they came in and sort of dominated, man. So this is the truth,
And it's a process that you have to memorize. That shit take time. Mm-hmm. This is why Asians' numbers are so high, and this is why you don't see them coming over to America getting into fields that are low paying. They're not going to go into the low-paying blue-collar IT fields. They go into the higher-paying fields. You see what I'm saying? And so this right here pretty much, I think, is a smoking gun that when people talk about, when dare I say, white people say, well, you guys are lazy. They can look at shit like this. We need to fix this. That's all I'm saying. We just need to fix it. This does not mean that we not owe reparations. This does not mean, I'm not saying that the white man is God, right? That's gonna be thrown. Oh, nigga, this ain't self-hate. This is reality. There's another chart I sent O'Shea. Everything in every metric you measure as it pertains to when it correlates with work ethic, it will look the exact same. So when you talk about, and then you have this same person who doesn't, not guys, take in mind, this is including the Africans, the Caribbeans. I think it's like 15% of the last people in something like that. I think they make up like 15%. So our numbers are actually probably a little bit lower, maybe a little bit lower than that. Because you better believe most immigrant children are out working. Come on, they're the ones that go to Harvard, Yale, and Cornell, right? So those children are out working as well. So our numbers are actually probably skewed up a little bit. That's it. This is our report card. This shows work ethic. You claim it's racism. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. You have options when your ass coming up out of Harvard Law. You got options when you coming up out of Harvard Medical School. You got options when you can go and Goldman Sachs is offering your ass a job. I got students that come rock with me. They train and work with me, and now they making $1,500, $2,000 a week. And these are the thing is, guys, black people, a lot of my students that fuck with me, they know. I tell them, I just put this same chart in my Facebook group. See what I'm saying? This is telling, guys. This is why when you asked the question the other day, are we addicted to conspiracy theories? This is a problem for me. This is right here. And this makes me, as a black man, having an old school throwback mentality. Like my granddad and my dad was, my dad would put his foot in my ass if he felt like I wasn't working hard on something. Because my dad would work hard. I see my dad come home dead tired from painting all day, working on his own house, slept in his car, rugged. You know what I'm saying? Rugged, masculine black man. That was my father. God bless his soul. That is who I try to live like and try to pattern myself like now. But when I was a kid, I was a horrible student. I ain't gonna lie. See, I'm a hypocrite. Because I'll tell you the truth. When I was in high school, I had a 1.9 GPA. The only thing that saved me was I was taking calculus and trigonometry. But I was lazy. So I was chasing girls and basketball. So all I cared about was getting a C or even a D, as long as I passed. And that's what I had. I had a D average graduating high school. And when my counselor saw my report card, she told me, you are not college material, don't go. You're going to fail. That's what my high school counselor told me. She didn't take in mind that I was taking calculus and trigonometry. Whereas students that had all A's was taking general math in the 12th grade. And they went to college and couldn't cut it because they had never taken algebra. There were black kids I graduated with that had never even taken algebra before. See what I'm saying? So this is the type of stuff that is a gaping hole in our community. And this actually, if I go out on a limb, is probably half of what we call white supremacy right here, sitting in our face.